Okay, I guess we're clocked in. Hey, what's going on, party people? Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's definitely a pleasure having you here. I go by the name of Leespui. I am a spiritual healer. hmm And technically, as a spiritual healer, what I do is that I help people, to become whole. Or another way of saying that would be to help you to become in alignment with the person that you are, right? It's pretty much having that self reconciliation, right? But in order for you to do that, it's important for you to identify those different aspects of you, then to master each one of them. So I help you in, I pretty much assist you in understanding how your emotions are being created. Okay. Now, for you to, and also then the next step would be for you to identify those emotional patterns. And, as you're doing so, then you'll be able to identify any type of blockages that you may have. So it's a process for you to get to that one day child, but it's also, the journey. That's what, I pretty much help you with. Well, that would be on one side, right? So we're talking about the emotional aspect of yourself. Then you have to deal with your mind, your intellect. How is it being conditioned? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what are you feeding your mind? But most importantly, for you to understand how your mind worked, and for you to master it. Because you can't have self mastery if somebody else is mastering your mind. And for you to do so, then you would have to understand culture, like anything, to just to have a sharp mind, right? You got to understand how, your environment is shaping you or how you're shaping your environment, vice versa. So again, those major part of you, you would have to pretty much master each one of them. Then now you have them coming together. So it's pretty much the idea of when people are talking about mind, body, and soul. Now the soul would be more of the bigger picture. Now how you relating to the world, to the universe. So I guess in a fancy way, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do. You know what I mean? But if you're coming back, you already know it's always a pleasure having you guys back. It's always a pleasure having you back, baby. So you already know, get you a plate. The spiritual healer, come get your medicine. We got it for you. So now, if this is your first time, or if you're coming back, I always, because I feel like this is more important than anything else. Because it really comes down to it's not what you see, but it's how you're looking at it. And that goes for everything in life. How you're looking at it determines everything. It determines how you seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for you. That's why you got to see quality in everything. So I think in one of my recordings, I talked about that, where the difference in quantity and quality, because quality is dealing with your inherent part of you. You know what I'm saying? Those divine inherent qualities. You know what I'm saying? And that's how when you have self love, you embrace those qualities. You get to know those parts of you. That's why now you're able to love somebody else because now you're looking at you or you're looking for those, divine inherent qualities in that person. You should, I mean, it all goes hand in hand once you understand. But anyway, I guess with all of that being said, what I'm truly saying is that it's important for everybody to understand what spirituality is, because a lot of us have a misconception of what spirituality is. We always think it's something that's outside of us. Like you kick that shit out of you. It's like it belongs over there. You know what I'm saying? Then you identified with religion, and then now it's just a belief system, not understanding or seeing the bigger picture. All of this is coming out of us. Like spirituality is your shit. Like it's what you do every day. It's you watching the news and everything that you're doing because spirituality is dealing or reflecting the spirit that you are. That's why those stories, those narratives, those mythologies are there to shape your mind in in order for you to reach a certain height or I mean level of consciousness. That's when you become the enlightened ones, the shiny one. But for you to get there, but again, spirituality is what we use. And it's your daily, it's your day to day shit. So then now you have the occult, which is part of spirituality. Now that is dealing with, hidden knowledge. That's why in any type of occult book that you would ever read, they would teach you about your conscious mind, your subconscious mind. Meaning they're trying to get you to be conscious of the part of you that, you probably wouldn't pay attention to. And the shit that they're talking about goes for everybody. So now the reason why you may look at the occult as something that's outside of you because you're not going in or you don't see how it relates to you. Because ultimately the occult is telling you about you, having a deeper understanding of who you are. Everybody got a conscious mind, everybody got a subconscious mind. So what does that tell you? It's everybody. It's everybody. In fact, not to talk about spirituality is to be irrelevant because now you're talking about something that has nothing to do with you. In fact, that's why I help you to, find the true self instead of the false self. The other type of narrative that you're having, the fucking, what I'm saying, it derives from it's you created a whole different like you it's worshiping the creatures instead of the creator. But anyway, let's not go way too deep into that one. But to get back to the conversation, again, when it comes to spirituality, it is your regular life. What the occult are telling you as far as a conscious, subconscious mind. Like I told you, anybody that do not have a subconscious mind. I mean, it's not for a group of people here. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to say is everybody. It's you. So, because I feel like, and this is why I always like to emphasize the meaning of spirituality, because once you get it and you start looking at it that way, now you're gonna start looking at things on a whole different levels. Now that would be you looking at the matrix and looking at the dots now, because you got to get it from the start. Meaning, not getting it from the start like you didn't get it before. I mean, if you don't get it, then no, no, no. No. What I'm trying to say is you gotta. It's the way you're looking at it. So you got to make sure you get a good view first. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the best view here. That's why, again, man, it's quality, baby. Don't look at it. In other words, I mean, when we're talking about quality, generally speaking, you're referring to number, what you can see, the quantities, you know what I'm saying, numbers, more. Do you see what I'm saying? And the shit that had nothing to do with more, baby. The lesser, the better. Listen, I can't fake it even if I wanted to. Now I gotta ask myself, why would I even want to? You see what I'm saying? But anyway, to make a long story short, yeah, I'm on some bullshit. To make a long story short, generally speaking, when we talking about spirituality, is you, and the occult pretty much is giving you a deeper understanding of the part of you that you're not, that's why it's called the occult, because it is a hidden culture. It's dealing with the hidden side of you, the things that you're not in control, that you're not aware of. And the idea is for you to become the illuminated one. Meaning now when you aware of the shit that you didn't aware of, or you were not aware of, now it makes you what? A conscious motherfucker. Do you see what I'm saying? So really what you have is either ignorance or conscious. The people are perishing due to ignorance, nothing else. You're ignorant of your regular life. You're ignorant of, even when me talking about spirituality, you think it's outside of you. You're fucking ignorant of that. Because spirituality is everything you do. It's you taking this shit. It's me smoking this shit. It's me drinking this shit. And it's me talking to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the story of humanity is, man. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. That's what mythology is. That's what they're doing. Giving you a clearer perspective of who you are. And by doing so, that's how you're able to see beyond the veil. Like the Indian call this the Maya, which means illusion. An illusion means it's not what it looks like. It's not what it seems. It doesn't mean it's fake, but what you see, it's not what it is. You see what I'm saying? And that's what quantum physics is telling you. This is us walking in this regular life. We're dealing with fucking material shit, physical shit, and here comes material science telling you, yo, motherfucker, the regular shit that you're driving, that you're touching, that you're looking at as being physical, it's condensed energy. That alone should fucking blow your fucking mind. I mean, supposedly that's what the Matrix is supposed to do for you. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the reason why you love the Matrix, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the true Matrix here. But you're not ready for that though. And I think I even went so far to look at, yo, man, there was a bunch of conspiracy theories. All right, let me be quiet on that one. Let me be quiet. Let me mind my business. But anyway, again, we're talking about spirituality here. When you understand mythology, and I'll give you a perfect example, like mythology, or let's just use the tale of like the Adam story. It defines your society right now, and that's what mythology do. That's the power of mythology, and that's the same thing they use in movies to shape your mind, shape your understanding. And these things can only happen when you're not conscious. That's how magic works too. You're changing certain reality unless you know what I'm saying. But the muff, like you can't change my reality when I'm conscious. Nigga, what? What the fuck? That's bullshit. That's when you look at the nigga you're like, nigga, you bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Like you can only play a dumb motherfucker. Okay, shit, nigga. Let's take it all the way down, nigga. Nigga, well, this is yo. I'm better at this. Let me get to what I do best, nigga. You can only play a dumb motherfucker. You're not gonna play a smart nigga, right? So now use that same analogy as someone who's conscious. So what they're doing in the movie is it only works on stupid motherfuckers. Because when the minute you become conscious, that's when you're like, now you stopping everything. You're like, oh no, motherfucker, that was some bullshit. Well, same as mythology, nigga. What the fuck? You didn't know, nigga. That shit goes deep. That's why Joseph Campbell went into mythology and then started working with other motherfuckers who was doing movies. Because you gotta understand what that nigga was telling these motherfuckers. It was like a step up to a William Lynch type of shit. Meaning William Lynch how to rule niggas. This nigga learned about nigga shit. That's why you'll see whatever, like, all of those occult movies are fucking you up, man. Give me an occult movie that's really waking niggas up. I don't see it. Not the Matrix. Oops. Not motherfucking Nolan. None of these shit. Because they're not directly. I mean, it's not there for you, man. And I'll give you a perfect example. One of the best things speech that ever made by, let's just say, uh I guess a villain. But even that. Okay, let me slow it down. And that is one of my favorites. I would have to say, Bane's speech in, what is it, the last Batman? What was it? The Dark Knight Rises, whatever, was one of the best shit for me in terms of he tells you the system. You would have to get to it, shit, nigga. But that was one of the best shit. But this is what I want you to understand. The truth, he was talking about society and all of that shit. But guess what? He was not the Batman. Regardless of how much of a hero he was, trying to give, Gotham back to the people, making it yours. He was a bad motherfucker, not the winner. So when he got killed with his fucking ideas too, with everything he represented. So this is telling you, what I'm saying, you don't want to do that. Yeah, they telling you the truth, but that is some bullshit truth. You become the Batman. So although the Batman may not have anything to do with, let's just say, I mean, this is some spiritual shit, you know what I'm saying? But in a way, the spiritual shit is not your spiritual shit, nigga. I'm like, that's why for me, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. None of these niggas would ever do it, but they're not there to do it for you. Even when we look at fucking Wakanda, there was a brother. I can't recall. I don't know his name, but this brother was a motherfucking genius. He broke down the whole Wakanda shit. So technically, he's showing you, even when you talk about a hero, right? Like when you look at James Bond, he was saying when you look at Double O Seven, these heroes are always fighting against, like, whenever you see those movies, America's always fighting the Russians, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always the Russians, you know what I'm saying? It's always that type of shit. Or they fighting for the queen. Well, in a nutshell, that's what the brother was talking about when it comes to superhero. So now they get you to think a certain way. Now, when it comes to black heroes, you know what I'm saying? These niggas are fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? And you proud of that, though. You know what I'm saying? None of these niggas now, who are they fighting you for? I mean, fighting you against. Who you fighting against? You don't fight against a white man. You know what I'm saying? Who's been fucking you up. Like, if you're thinking about the same idea, right? When you're looking at the superheroes, the 007s, you know what I'm saying? That's their hero. Captain America. You already know this nigga saving America. Thank you, Captain America. You know what I'm saying? Shit, nigga, I would do a commercial. Like shit, these niggas are bullshit. I could do it better than them. You know what I'm saying? I would have a fucking commercial, you know what I'm saying, just sending that out. Thank you, Captain America. You know what I'm saying? And then you niggas would just, that was deep. That was deep. So again, I'm showing you different things here. I'm showing you the layers of understanding. But most importantly, in the power of symbols, like there's so many shit that I'm talking about here. But to get back to the conversation at hand, I'm just showing you, even in the movies, so called, you would think that are spiritual ones. Those ones are not even, what I'm saying, you have no heroes. When a bad guy, like that's why people would tell you now, listen to the bad guy, but it doesn't matter. He's dead. Meaning that's not what I want to be. And and I gotta tell you this. I was able to tie all of that up because I remember when I was in college, we were doing some paper. It was a group paper. It was some business law bullshit. I don't even fucking remember. But I do remember the fucking experience. Because it was a group shit, so everybody was, pretty much talking about, okay, this is what I think, this is what I think, this is what I think. You know what I'm saying? We're brainstorming at that point. But most importantly, I mean, that's what the group work is. Ultimately, everybody's got to chip in. So, nigga, and I never forgot this shit. This white kid, he was saying, yeah, man, there's a bunch of bullshit. That is correct. But at the same time, this is what we got. You know what I'm saying? And that always stood with me. And then it didn't mean anything to me at that moment. I wasn't really looking at movies the way I'm looking at movies now. Do you see what I'm saying? But then that was like, but I always remember that fucking experience. So it's like, even though it's almost like, and people would say that to you too. Well, I mean, both of these motherfuckers are bad motherfuckers, right? But we're gonna look for the less one. I mean, you're still picking the bullshit. I mean, that's fucking me up. Y'all niggas are fucking me up. You know what I'm saying? And that's not gonna happen. Nigga, you got it. Shit, I almost found myself trying to break that shit down. Nah, nigga, that shit's crazy. You almost had me though. Fuck out of here. That's just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't want to be clean. You want to be less dirty. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, yo. I just don't want to be as that dirty, a little dirty. Qualities, man. What are we talking about? But I'm using this, but I'm also saying this to show you, the complexities. And anyway, my point was just to show you the impact. Just like that brother. I gotta shot this motherfucker up, man. But I do not know his name, unfortunately. But to summarize, what we're talking about here is that, again, to go back to spirituality, it's all mental. I'm trying to show you how mythology, it's your regular life, how movies, is projecting that regular life to you. That's that regular, I'm saying, medicine, how they're conditioning you when you don't know, obviously, because you can only play the motherfucker that don't know. You're not gonna play a smart man. It doesn't work. Now you got some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You done fucked up right there. Man. Ah, nah, that was stupid. That was stupid. Nah, that was stupid. You don't do that. But anyway, Long way of saying, and I was able to connect different dot, but the main message was, showing you how, spirituality is just, is your life. Spirituality now at that point is painting the picture, it's telling the narrative of the spirit, which is your life. And the occult now is helping you to get into your hidden side so that you become aware of them. And that's how you have that self realization. Then you become the enlightened one, the shining one, the Christ, the Buddha, or whatever the fuck else, however the fuck else they call it. It all comes down to the same thing. That's the purpose. That's why you're here. And that's what spirituality is all about. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I use as a spiritual healer to get your ass, you know what I'm saying? You put your ass together, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. This is the work. Now that you got a full picture of what we're talking about here, what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight, it was, it's pretty much about the limited ego and the unlimited, or, you know what I'm saying, the cosmic ego. And I have already talked about this in the past, but I'm going to talk about it briefly because I really want to talk about something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's bear with me. All right. So we're gonna do. Okay, we went from here. We're gonna go like that. All right. Okay. So bear with me. What a lot of people are calling the ego, it's pretty much a limited ego. That's what they mean to say. That's what people intend to say. That's what they mean to say, either consciously or unconsciously, until you understand truly what the ego is. So they're only referring to a limited ego, meaning an ego that is based on limited information. See, you have to understand, even when the master, like when you grow spiritually, your ego's different because your ego only go as far as you go. You know what I'm saying? You a dumb motherfucker, guess what? You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that you're saying their ego. Yeah, but you're looking at it from the surface. Let's look at it. Let's go beyond the veil. It's not truly their ego that's acting up here. It's the information, how their ego is being shaped. So therefore they have a limited ego. Now, the master or the spiritual person, their ego now is has been expanded because their knowledge become greater. Their ego now it's not going anywhere. It's still there. You know what I'm saying? But it's becoming more cosmic. It's taking on a different. That's why the ego goes as far as you go. So as you growing spiritually or as a person, and I'm saying a humble motherfucker, it's the knowledge that the nigga has that make him humble. Let me say that again. So because I'm saying this, so for you to understand, is that the ego was never the fucking problem. It was your misunderstanding or how you were shaping your mind, the kind of food you were feeding yourself. Because it really came down to, competition and all that shit. Well, if it's competition, your ego's going to be all about that because the ego's there to protect you. Who's going to protect you, nigga? Are you not, you know what I'm saying? If you in a competitive market, you got to protect your ass because this is competition, nigga. The ego said, nigga, I got you. But you'll see the humble motherfucker look at life differently. It is his perspective on life that makes him humble. It is my understanding that makes me a lovable person. or even humble, whatever the fuck the case is. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing this shit just to be cute. Well, we're cute while we're doing it. But we're not doing it just for that. What are you, crazy? Not at all. And that's the beauty in walking, what I'm saying, in walking what you're talking. You know what I'm saying? We walking talking over here. Shit, I walk while I talk, nigga. And I walked while I talk too. That's the purpose. That's why your knowledge, you have to materialize your knowledge. The purpose of a knowledgeable person, you got to be wise. It's for you to become a wise person. Otherwise, why are you doing it? Are you getting knowledge just to say it to other people so it sounds good? Oh my God, that was so brilliant. That was so. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, 'cause that's what you're doing, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But there's a whole other reality that you don't know. Because when you live in that shit, when you become that shit, oh man, that little piece of shit you were worried about, that means nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's you becoming a people pleaser. So what I'm looking at spirituality and what people are doing, they are people pleasing people. Meaning, that is the new conversation. Yoga, everybody's doing yoga, bro. I mean, I'm not saying that it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying none of that. I know the power of fucking yoga, but what I'm trying to say is everybody's talking about spirituality. Everybody's manifesting. You know what I'm saying? It's the cool thing to talk about. Do you see what I'm saying? Y'all niggas are wild. You know what I'm saying? It's the new thing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's a new cool thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a new thing in like they said, like new kids on the block. That's what it is. It's clouds. But you know what? This is good because even Jesus did say that too. Do you see how the Jesus story is reflecting your life? Well, if you know, you know. Whoever's really going through that journey, you gotta. The Jesus life is your life. What they calling a black sheep, whatever the fuck. It's your life. It's your growth. It's your understanding and how now society is looking at you. Your parents, your brothers, your sisters now are looking at you. You got to become the Christ. You know what I'm saying? The words got to be made flesh. And anyone who becomes enlightened, that is going to be your story, as it was mine. So shall it be yours. I was so in that one. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, I just hit the spot. I felt like I hit the spot right there. You know what I'm saying? I just felt it right there. That was an internal affair. Out in the open. You feel me? Everybody's getting it, baby. That's the beauty of the beauty. You know what I'm saying? That got me thinking about Mike Epps' movie, That's Sheer Beauty. I'm wilding, I'm wilding. But anyway, so now a limited ego. That's pretty much what that is. So now when we're talking about, most people or in the European spirituality, when they actually talking about the ego, that's what that is. And the ego, oh my God, man. You go in like, all right, nigga, shit, I get it. You can't take accountability. It's me. It's all good. And whereas in African spirituality, and again, I'm trying to get you to be conscious of even the limited ego. Because in African spirituality, the ego was not limited. Because the information that the ego was getting was life information, the type of information that expands your life. We are all needed. We all need one another. There's no way outside of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell niggas, man, yo, if it wasn't for poor people, rich people would have to eat their money. These are just, I mean, I don't want to say facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got to reach that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got $1 million right now and the restaurants are closed, it is what it is. So I'm not even trying to downplay your money. I'm just showing you, hey man. You know what I'm saying? Like you could only use it when everybody's open. Let's just say right now you're a millionaire. Go ahead, go ahead and open up a store. Everybody's sleeping, man. So as gross as this example could be, because my point here is not all, it's not to downplay money at all. It's just showing you, man, like it's more to that than that. Just like having a lot of money doesn't make your life any better, as being poor make your life any worse. Rest on that. You know what I'm saying? That was a tip, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tipping twice. You only get it once, and now we gone. Now, again, so we're talking about a limited ego. Now, in Africa, the information that we were getting is all about life. We are all connected, nature and everything. Then your ego now could identify itself with more than just money, more than just a car, more than just, you never ask a nigga, yo, nigga, so what do you do? Well, you know what I'm saying? Because really, when you asking those type of questions, man, it's like, we all know what do you do mean, man. Well, yo, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What you do for a living and shit. They ask you what you do for a living. That's what I meant to say originally. So what do you do for a living? You know what that means. You get money or you not get money, nigga. What's up? Are you with us? You not with us? Who is you, nigga? So niggas sizing you up. Right there. Right then, where you from? These questions. Where you from? What do you do for a living? That's your size right there, nigga. We know exactly where to put you. Come on, man. I love my culture. So again, we're talking about psychologically here, right? So again, to show you how beautiful this is. Let's go back. I'm wilding, but anyway. So now we're talking about, how, I mean, their ego. What when people are talking about the ego, they're really talking about the limited ego. So now, hmm, oh man, I'm getting this download. But anyway, oh my God, okay, okay. So let's do it this way. So now, oh my, okay. So when in Buddhism, when the priests say namaste, oh shit, that was deep. So they really talking to your non-ego side, meaning the part that you do not identify yourself with. That's why when the Buddhist is telling you namaste, he's not telling you acknowledge that you acknowledge you are God. He's saying from the God within me to the God within you, meaning even if you don't know who you are, I identify with that part in you. So he's addressing the non-ego side of you. You know, it's a fancy word of saying the non-ego, but again, what you're not aware of. That's why true spiritualists, we have compassion for others, and that compassion comes from understanding and our emotions coming together. When let's just say I'm looking at a dumb motherfucker, I have compassion for him. I really do. You have no idea. It's like I told him, yo, I forgive you even before even asking for fucking forgiveness. You are already forgiven. You know what I'm saying? Cause hey man, it's like I'm somewhere else with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and this is where the enlightened ones, like I always tell people, you know what I'm saying? The spiritual undeveloped one blame other people. That's what they do. Now the average take accountability, which is good. You need that accountability. You know what I'm saying? But the wise one don't take accountability at all. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we don't take accountability at all because we understood that situation was needed. Let's just say, and this is the growth and the path of the enlightened ones. That's another tip. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing you what the crisis is all about. Well, in a way, I'm testifying too, because I can only say it because I understand it, and that's what I'm showing you. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with you. Oh, I'm working you out. You know what I'm saying? But my intention is to work with you, though. You know what I'm saying? Namaste, nigga. You don't even have to trip. I'm talking to the God in you. You already forgiven. Nigga, what? It's beautiful, man. Find your beauty. Find your beauty. It's meant to be lived. You have to become the living mind. That's what you're here for. That's enlightenment. The wise ones. That's how we become the gods walking among men. Teach yourself, baby. Come on, man. You got to materialize your spirituality, man. Feel what I'm saying? Now, when you have gods walking around like this, that's how you're shifting realities, man. That's on the whole. Listen. This is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen here. I'm recruiting. That's why I have to pay the fucking Patreon there for. I'm recruiting you niggas. You know what I'm saying? Go get your medicine, get yourself ready. Listen, man. We got a whole different. We're shifting realities, man. Why do you think I'm teaching this shit for? I came down here to shift realities. And that's what all masters came down here to do. I'm recruiting niggas. You know what I'm saying? But only a lot are calling. This is the call here. But only a few is going to be chosen. I'll be the judge of that. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm working. Don't worry about it. That's my job. You know. Come on, man. I'm stamping niggas' passport down here, man. You gotta come see me. That's what Jesus was saying when he was saying I was the way. When you understand the knowledge is the way. I have become that. You gotta come see me, baby. I'm stamping your passport. Not everybody's gonna be allowed though. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's how it goes. That's what it is. But anyway, I'm not gonna keep this too long because it took on a whole different, I guess, tip, which is also good. But well, I was also gonna go with that to make a long story short, because we were talking about the limited ego. You know what I'm saying? With the elevated ego. You want to expand your ego. Well, you do that by expanding the knowledge, your knowledge. And you would need to have knowledge that has knowledge in it, and that inner standing, that's the key. The more you go in, the more you understand emotionally, intellectually, because emotionally plays a big part in your, these are the knowledge that's why you want to be in your emotions. That's the type of knowledge that really change you. Your intellect, you think differently. The shit's gotta change you. That's why the emotion and the intellect gotta go hand in hand. They gotta go hand in hand. And that's what I commend. I do that realignment for you. So, you already know it's nothing but love. I sent. Bro, Ali.